Okay, we are recording. Okay, now we have 3 chapters that we're going to cover, but it's chapter 5 that we're going to really go over, okay? That one just, I don't know. It just seems to have a lot more to go over, okay? Now on chapter 3, oh my stars. Okay, chapter 3, they're talking about groups, right? Okay, simple definition of a group, Paige. What's the definition of a group?
Like a bunch of people that are like joined together.
Okay, very good. 2 or more people, right? Like you said, a bunch, but it can be 2 or more. Obviously, a group cannot be one person, right?
Yeah, no.
Kind of hard to be one person as a group.
I mean, if you have multiple personalities, maybe, but
Very good. I like that one. What do you think? Do you think people are drawn to groups, or do you think that people are forced into groups?
I think it really depends on the kind of person you are.
Mm-hmm.
or the situation.
Yeah.
Okay, so what would be a situation that would draw you to a group?
Maybe, I don't know, if you were talking about like a similar subject that you liked, or like a topic that you liked.
Okay, like I belong to it, but I really don't participate in it online. Cross stitch and needlepoint, right? So that's a group right there. God only knows how many. And then what about search and rescue?
Yeah.
That would be that would be something that I'm sorry. He's chasing his tail. I have a distraction. Okay. Okay. Now, groups in the workplace. And have you ever, where you work at any job, or even when you were younger, and let's say in high school, were you ever, I'm going to call it forced, because I was forced to go to and work in groups?
Yeah.
Did you ever enjoy
I guess
it?
so, yeah.
Sometimes I feel like other times I didn't really mind to be there.
Okay, well, if you were forced to do it at work, did you enjoy it, Leah?
Yeah, I mean, I can't say I didn't ever like my coworkers.
Mm-hmm.
We all got along, and it was a good environment.
Okay, well, oh, hey, we really got a good group today. Hello, Lucinda and Darian. How about you let me see your beautiful faces so that we can really work together? Okay. We're talking about groups. Hi. We're talking about groups and working together. Okay. So the groups in the workplace, you have 4 different types. Does anybody have a guess on one of them?
One of them was like formal groups.
Yes, formal. So then you would have,
Informal.
okay, very good. And then what other kind of a group? Functional? What would a functional group be? What could it be?
People working together?
I'm sorry?
People working together?
Yeah, it's ongoing needs. That would be the ongoing needs of the company. But yeah, you're right, Paige, working together constantly, okay? And then, formal groups, that is set up by management to meet organizational objectives, okay? This is why we're not going over this, because it's very, very dry, chapter 3, okay? And being about groups is really not a lot that you can discuss, all right? Now, the only other thing is guidelines for working with groups. What would be, what do you think you would have as one of your guidelines?
Would it be having a leader of the group?
Yeah, a leader. Now, if you're going to have a leader, what would be, I'm talking loud, I'm sorry. What would be a good way of doing the, would it be good to have the group pick the leader, or for organization management, whatever you want to call them, say, okay, Sarah is going to be leading this group because, or would it be better for you guys to choose who's going to lead the group?
I think choose.
Okay, but,
For the group to choose.
okay, why?
I just feel like that would be better than somebody that you, I guess, don't know or whatever choosing for you.
Okay, Darian, did you shake your head no?
Yeah.
Okay, what's your opinion?
Well, I think when you have a group choose the leader, there's always someone that always wants to be the leader or someone else that wants to be a leader. So there's always like conflict and argument, like I should be the one in charge. No, I want to be the one in charge. If someone just picks for you, then that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, if they're struggling, then you could be that person and be like, hey, you're the leader. I feel like you don't know what's going on or you need extra help. Let me help you, be a co-leader for you or something like that. If you have too many people arguing about who should be the leader, I feel like that's what happens when you have a group try to choose a leader.
Yeah, I've had that happen.
Yeah.
That's why
I just go
don't
with the
like
flow,
groups.
but that's my experience on someone choosing a leader.
Yeah, that's basically why I don't like groups. I personally feel like you shouldn't require or need to have a person leading if you're adults.
Yeah.
Why do you need someone to be in charge? What do you guys think?
I agree with Darian. I think, I don't know. I feel like it could also be like, if you pick someone, I feel like you could also have like maybe like, I don't know, they might give you like the benefit of the doubt all the time or something.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Well, the first thing they have here, this sounds like grammar school, okay? Make sure all members of a formal group know what they can and should be doing. To me, that sounds like, it just sounds like grammar school, Leah, now remember what I told you you're supposed to be doing. Let me know. What are you supposed to do now, Leah? I mean, come on, man. Communicate the limits on what the group can do. A lot of these, to me, are that your last one, okay? This is not being professional. Sorry. Okay, so to me, a lot of these are dependent upon what you are doing. If you're at, when you're not if, but when you are at work, right? And your boss puts you into a group for a project, right? You should already know, because your boss has communicated to you, you are my 5 people that I have chosen for this project. I have chosen you because you each have a strong quality for the project. All right, Leah, you are my legal person. You have that background that we need. Okay, right?
Got
We've
it.
already discussed that part. And then Sarah, you have that medical background that we're requiring. Okay, right? And then Darian, you have the technical background, all right, that I need. And then Paige, you also have that to help and to back up, because this is a very technical project, but we still need, okay? And Lucinda, you also have that medical, right? Okay, and so see, that's what I'm saying. That would be the type of thing that you have with a group. That boss is going to choose you for those specific areas. And then he's going to sit down and talk with you, or she is going to talk with you individually and then say, okay, now as a group, Leah, tell us your background and go around. Even if you guys know each other, I still want you to talk about your background. That is what you do for a group. That's if you're a good manager and you know your people. So this stuff here, what does it have to do with informing you about what's happening in the organization? Unless we are headed towards bankruptcy, then I better let the whole organization know that that's where we're headed, right? Why should I let just you guys know? I guess what I'm trying to say is that I don't agree with what they've got written here. This is what would probably be on the test, but I'm just saying to you, this doesn't make sense to me. And I've worked in business a long time. Let's just put it that way, since 1976, okay? So I feel like I've got a little bit of a feeling for it, okay? This makes no sense to me. End of discussion, end of my rant. Okay, now, chapter 4. This is about social responsibility, ethics, and sustainability, all right? What is corporate social responsibility? To make money.
Manneral obligation to take action that protects him, improves the welfare of society and the organization's interest.
Yes. What does that mean? What are they really trying to say in English? Seriously, what does that mean? Leah, can you tell
Important
me in
people
English?
taking charge of ethics.
Very good, Darian. Excellent. No, that's.
She
I keep
saved me,
saying
so I
it.
was trying to come up with the words.
Yes, thank you, Darian. Yes, you know how I
Smart way
feel.
of saying it, I guess.
Yeah, no, they're trying to show that they have education and they can use big words instead of speaking English for us people who have education, but we don't want to flaunt it. Okay. All right. Now, and then they have this one that says supervisors are responsible for meeting goals within their organization. No duh. Really? I mean, okay, shut up, Sandy. All right, now, the Davis model of corporate social responsibility. This one here, social responsibility arises from social power. Is that makes a lot of sense, right? Is that say money is power? Is that what that says?
Yeah.
You honestly feel that?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think it's more like, I don't know how to explain what I'm thinking.
Well, try. I don't do it good either, obviously.
Like in school, when you are the popular kid, you think you have a leg up on everyone else because you have more friends, kind of thing.
Okay.
Like you think you're better because you have so many friends.
And you're really not, but you just think you are.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's a good explanation.
That could be
I like
totally
that.
over in left field, but that's what my brain was thinking. So
No. What do you guys think?
Agree.
I agree.
Lucinda? You think so? Or
Yeah,
do you,
Yeah, it makes sense because I was thinking in the fact that, money's what makes the world go around. So the more that you have, the more that it keeps turning. I don't know.
well, yeah, but I was thinking also the way she's got it, do you think that, okay, you've got a lot of money, right? You are rich, which means you are popular, right? I mean, you got all that money. You now all of a sudden have all these people that are your friend, which makes you like that high school girl who's a cheerleader who's now in a popular group. Makes you the same thing, doesn't it? As soon as you run out of money, where are all those people going to go? Bye. They're going to go to the guy that now has your money. So, yeah, it's like that circle. They call it circle of life. You have it as long as you got it. You got it. You lose it. Tough luck, honey. Nice to have known you. Okay, now, what's the definition of ethics? Darian, definition of ethics.
Right or wrong? What's right? What's wrong?
Oh, God, I love you. Nice, simple, quick. Yes, exactly. That's it, exactly. And they're also saying that it has to do with your morals, ethics and morals, right or wrong, exactly like you said. Perfect. Now, do you believe that businesses are morally responsible? Should they be?
I was just gonna say they should be, but I think a lot of times people want money. They're all about money. I mean, they're a business.
Mhm.
So I think there's some wrong things that happen behind the scenes.
Yeah, again, it's that green stuff that really, I think, hurts people in the long run. Do you think, okay, who should be more morally responsible? The people who are at the top of the company or the people who work, who do the work, the employees?
I think if the higher ups have good morals, then it'll trickle down to their employees.
I agree. What about the rest of you? You think?
Mhm.
You have to lead by example.
I'm sorry, what?
You have to lead by example. So if the top tier is like has good ethics, has good morals, then there should be no question as to if your employees have good morals.
Yeah, I agree with, I really do. I agree with you. You're always going to have that one or two that are, no matter what you do, they're never going to necessarily do the right thing or be like morally, they probably would be morally corrupt, but yeah, you have a better chance of having a good company and good employees if you are. Okay, now let's see what else have we got here. Well, we already know the benefits of the ethical behavior. Okay, now chapter 5. This is the one I like. Now, chapter 5. What's diversity? Definition of diversity. Page.
Like the different cultures.
Okay. What else?
Characteristics.
Yeah, their characteristics. Exactly. What else? Leah? Is there anything else to add?
I'm not gonna lie, I was a little distracted.
I know I am too, and I'm trying to ignore him. He's got his bone laying right here and staring at me and staring at the bone and back and forth.
What did we already say?
We said characteristics, and now I lost it. What was the other one? It's your fault.
I'm sorry.
I said age.
I don't know. Race and religion might fall in there somewhere.
Okay.
Gender.
What?
Gender.
And gender. Okay, that's all diversity, right? Now, what about experience? Would experience be part of diversity?
So
No? Why not? I have more experience than any of you guys do. Wouldn't that make me different?
yeah.
Knowledgeable.
Okay, so my knowledge makes me more of a diverse person than you. So would that be part of diversity?
Mhm.
I think so.
Okay, so diversity is really what? The difference of people? Would that really just kind of be an overall definition?
Yeah.
The difference of people? Right? I mean, just a real simple umbrella definition. It could be just about anything. Like you said, age, if they're disabled, culture, and everything else that you mentioned. That just means that we're all different. Gender. Okay. Now, okay, so now We have, what about women? How high of a percentage are women in the workforce now, in management?
They're
What's
getting up
that
there.
percentage? Pardon?
They're getting up there.
Yeah, but what do you think it is at?
45%.
Okay, you're close.
That's close.
They're saying 50%, and it's getting higher, like you said. They say that it's 50% of the women are now in management. They're not saying what level of management, but it's not like when I was working in business that it was a lot of secretarial is where management was, you know, watching the secretaries and making sure that we did whatever we did. Okay, now we already talked about this one, but it's saying about supervisors dealing with older workers, telecommuters, flex time, ethnic holidays. What do you think? Do you think you could deal with that? With all of those different things and make everybody happy?
No.
I don't believe I could either.
I wouldn't either.
How would you be really and truly now? How could you possibly do that as a human, let alone a manager? How could you possibly do something like that? You know, make everybody happy just because they're older. Or have any of you ever worked with a teenager?
I have a teenager.
I was gonna say, I have teenagers.
Well, yeah, but no, have you ever, worked with one at a store or anything like that?
Yes.
What's your opinion, Darian? Honest. Now, I want you to be honest.
Well, I am a teenager, so I'm like, I don't really have a.
How old are you, Paige?
I'm 19.
Oh, she's one of those.
I worked with someone younger. She was 17. But then I met someone that was 16 and she had good head on her shoulders. Very responsible, like already taking college classes, knew what she wanted to do. But this other girl, she was a lot. I couldn't. She just didn't want to do anything. She never listened. She never helped. It was very hard to work with her. I just ignored her. I'm like, I'm just gonna go do my job. You do you.
I'm sorry, Paige, you're not like that. I know you're not, but
She does not seem like that, but this girl, she was at home. Her dad gave her money all the time. Like, she's had no care in the world. She just had a job just to have a job.
oh,
And there I am trying to
geez.
make rent, I just
Oh.
couldn't do it with her.
I'm sorry. No.
It was rough.
Yeah, no, I've worked with taught teenagers. Teaching them is fantastic. Working with them, it's hit and miss.
Yeah.
It really
But like I
is.
said, I worked with this 16-year-old and she was amazing. Like she was I didn't think she was 16 because of how she was
Mhm.
and presented herself and how she had all these goals and all these things she wanted to do in life. She was amazing.
Mhm. Yeah, it just all depends. That's why I like to tease people, oh, Paige, she's one of those, just ignore her. But she knows I'm teasing her. She's been with me too many times. Lucinda, how about you? Have you ever worked with a teenager that you're just going, please get rid of him? Get him
Yes.
away from me?
I worked with a couple teenagers, and so like one was really, really good. She was on top of all her stuff, and she just asked for a lot of days off, and I'm like, okay, girl, like I get it, but there's more people working here than just you. So I feel bad because I would make her cry sometimes.
Yeah,
I mean, and I
that
wouldn't
lady
mean
will.
to, but it's like I can't give you those days
But yeah,
off.
I'm talking to her right now.
And then I had another one that when I interviewed her, she did really good. She seemed very focused and driven to work. And then all of a sudden, she's like her second day, she's like, well, I don't know. I don't really feel like washing dishes. I'm like, well, I mean, I can show you the door as well. So I don't know. But it's hard. It's hard. But so are older people.
I was going to get to that one next. Leah, I thought we'd pick on one group at a time. Leah, how about you?
Are we talking about teenagers or old people?
Yeah, teenage. No, we're still on teenagers. We'll get to meet.
I mean, I can't say I've ever worked with a teenager, but our teenager here at home is, I don't know, she's kind of an airhead.
Found it.
You found me?
Yes.
Okay. Love you.
Bye.
Hi, guys. Keep
Bye.
up the good
Merry
work.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas to everyone here.
Have a good one.
All right. How's she doing?
She's doing
I'm
okay.
the worst one here. Not listening and talking back.
It's because I
Yeah,
walked in
you
the
know,
door.
the apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
Bye, ladies.
Bye.
Sorry.
No. What are you sorry about? I've got to, hang on a second, ladies. I'm sorry. I don't know where you dropped it. You're going to have to get it before I can do anything. Well, anyway, what I was going to say now is that how many of you have worked with older people? And I'm talking like 50s up. Okay. So what troubles have you had? What's wrong, or is there anything good or bad about working with an older person?
Well, I was recently a caregiver for the past 3 years, and they're very hard to work with, especially the strong-willed, independent ones who want to control everything and micromanage you.
Okay. I'll go along with that. Yeah, I had a sister like that. Okay. Yeah, okay, I'll go along with that. Okay, Sarah, you're next. Working
I
with one.
actually, working with older people, I actually enjoy it. Their knowledge and stuff that they can pass down to you.
Okay, what about reliability?
I think they're more reliable.
Okay, now, Paige. Anybody is older than you, but go ahead.
Way to make us all feel old.
Well, I worked with I used to work at a rehab hospital, so I mean I worked with a bunch of older people. I mean, I agree with Sarah. They are very knowledgeable and stuff, and I liked what I learned from them. I mean, you can take a lot from them. Raised by my grandparents, so I was like, I've always been around the older generation, so I also, I don't know, like sometimes I don't really like it because I sometimes, like when I was working at the hospital, like with nurses, I feel like they kind of felt like they were better than you because you were like a CNA and stuff, and so like I don't know, I just had really bad experiences with nurses, older nurses.
Yeah, I'll go along with that. I'll tell you something when Darian and Lucinda are done. Okay, Lucinda.
So one of the fellows that I was working with, he's very, I forgot what the word is, like not dominant, but I can't remember I don't know what the word is, but So he had been at that store for like 20 years. And he said that like he knew the ins and out of the business, so that he should have been the GM and I don't know what else. And I'm like, okay, then why are you not? He's like, because I don't want to. I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm like 30 years younger than him. And when they introduced that I was going to be their GM, he's like, but you're like 12. I was like, I'm 13, but thank you, you know? And I think that's what kind of like started a good relationship with him, because he was like, okay, she can take jokes. All right, we're cool. But he would try to micromanage a lot. And I had to put on my like boss lady hat on, like without trying to like be mean in a sense, I guess. But I told him, I said, well, that's why I have the GM title and you have my delivery driver title. So if you don't like it, then you can go. Just plain and simple. He would say most of the time, but one day he did walk out on me because it was just super busy and it was just crazy. And I said, okay, like you're gonna have to take 2 at the same time. And he's like, well, they're so far apart and I don't know what. And I said, okay, well, you're still gonna have to take it, come back and go take another delivery. But I mean, I don't know, right? You know, I don't know any of this business. And he did. So he said, okay, just cash me out. And I cashed him out and he went home. And I said, okay, that's fine. I mean, I'm not gonna beg you to stay. That's your paycheck, not mine.
You handled it a lot better than I think I would have. I don't know, maybe in the situation I would have done the same thing, but okay, Darian, how about you?
I've had good and bad experience with old people. I've been a CNA for 8 years. I've done home care and facility living. Um, I mean, they can be really nice, but when you get the ones that have dementia and Alzheimer's, they can be very mean. But I mean, I just try to be patient and just let them know, like, here, I'm just here to help you. But then there was one lady I worked with at a retail store, and she was very, very sweet. And she was like my best friend at the store. She's like 70. She's awesome. Hard worker. Everyone just loves her. And I think she's amazing.
Well, when it comes to the nurses, I've been around older people my whole life. I was the last born. My aunts and uncles were all old, 50s, 60s, you know, that type of a thing. And so I've been around old my whole life. And I have a lot of respect, but I used to drive them crazy. So I figured that's what my life was, you know, I was put on the earth was to just drive people crazy. And so I always have. But nurses, my mom was a nurse 38 years, like I told you. And she was an LPN, and she did everything the RNs did except for have the attitude. And that's what I was going to tell you, Paige, is that RNs have the I am better than God attitude. They know everything. And they know nothing. They just have that little BS. And you know what that really stands for. It does not mean bachelor's. Okay. So because of that, they really think they know something. But yeah, no, Mom never had any respect for RNs or doctors. She had love and respect for her patients, but anybody else in the medical field, she'd just turn her head, shake it, and walk away. So I understand exactly what you were talking about. After all of that, that's what I was trying to get at. Okay, now when it comes to, have you, any of you ever dealt with sexism?
Mhm.
Okay, yeah, Lucinda, I'm not surprised. Is it where you're at now as general manager?
No, I'm not a general manager anymore.
Oh,
Yeah, I had to show myself the door, but um, no, I'm not there anymore. I work for a meat processing plant now, where it's very male dominant. So like the job that I do, I'm the only woman on that particular job. So a lot of the old, and a lot of them are older, and they're Hispanic. So I mean that's just two whammies like already. So I mean they hate the fact that I actually like go to work and I try and I do my best. But like I said, it's a male, like I'm the only woman on that table or on that particular job. So they get very like frustrated because sometimes I'm like I can keep up with them. So they're upset because a girl can keep up with them for one. And then it's like and so like I just have to kind of almost become a man myself and just tell him, well, I mean, maybe you should do better. I don't know. Don't be so old. I don't know.
yeah, I've told, when I was teaching, the teachers around me, I was in my 40s when I started teaching, and the teachers that were around me, and this is business technology, right? Technology. These, quit showing off. These teachers did not want to come into the, at that time, 20th century. They wanted to stay in the 19th century, you know, no computers. They didn't want to do, they didn't want to know anything. And so they frustrated me because they'd say, I can't. Computers and I aren't friends. What? You're a teacher. You don't say that in front of your students, do you? Yeah. If you don't know something, yeah, you say, you know what? I don't know that, because you're saying I'm a human. But you're teaching computers.
Mhm.
They would tell me that I was being a smart mouth young person, and I'd say, thank you, yes, I am, and I'd walk away. But you just, I don't care what age you are, ladies. Okay? I don't care what you do. Okay? If you're going to stand on a street corner, just make sure you know the latest techniques. Okay? You got to keep up. Whatever your job you choose, you need to make sure that you're staying up with the times. Right? So, Leah, when you go into law, you better make sure that you stay up with the law, right?
Yep.
If you don't know the latest changes, you're in trouble, right?
Yep.
The same thing goes for all of you that are going to go into medical, right? If you don't keep up with the medicine and all of the different techniques that they have out there now, you're not going to have a job for very long. You're going to be looking for a new job. My mom had retired, okay? I'm very proud of my mom. She's been gone now 14 years, but I was very proud of her. She was still keeping up. She would get nurse journals, she would get magazines, she would read. You know, I even got her on the computer. She was reading on the computer. She was keeping up with all of the medical and nursing techniques out there after she had retired after 38 years. All right. Teaching I try and keep up. I have to now, but I've always kept up. Yes, I'm lecturing you guys, but I'm trying to just get it into your heads. You're still young, all of you, especially you, Paige. You got a long time to work. And whatever you're going into legal, right? Okay, see, you've got even longer. You're going to end up being a lawyer. Yeah, see? So you better keep up with everything. Because if I need a lawyer and I'm in Colorado, I'm going to look you up.
Yeah, just let me know. I'm like, after.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
Yeah,
you'll charge me only half. So no, really, ladies, okay, just make sure you keep up with everything, even after you retire. Just to show how smart you are in your own brain. Otherwise, you're going to get old real fast. All right? I'm very serious. Don't ever stop learning. Okay? Now, we'll go back to what we were talking about. I'm sorry. Sexism. Has anybody else had to put up with that kind of crap at work? No? Okay, well, I had, but at the time that it happened, it was just, oh, well, it's part of the job. You're a woman. What do you expect? I let them know what I expected. Okay, now, stereotypes. Dumb blonde, right? And, oh, you're just a dumb Pollock, right? That's what I always got when I was a kid. Oh, you're just a dumb Pollock. I got a good joke for you. And then in the 60s, Indians were depicted, on the in the movies, but also when I was a kid, every Sunday I would go and get the newspaper. And honestly, this is what I really and truly thought as a kid. And that was, there was this one Indian that would be leaning up against the 7-Eleven building, drunk. And he had a bottle in his hand and he was just leaning up against the building. And do you know that for the longest time as a kid, I thought that's what he did for a living? That was really how stupid I was, but I didn't know any better and I didn't want to ask anybody. But that's what I thought Indians did for a living. But they just did it all over the place on different buildings. Now that's how stupid I was. But again, that I made that my stereotype until obviously when I got older. So stereotypes obviously are not good, are they? No. What other stereotypes are there out there? Darian?
I'm Native American. Everyone thinks I'm Mexican, and I'm not. Everyone talks to me in Spanish, and I just smile, and I'm like, I have no idea what you're saying. I'm Native American. That's like the biggest one for me. People will talk to me in Spanish, and people assume, I don't know what it is because I live here in Fort Collins, but they're always like, are you from Greeley? And I'm like, no, I'm from Utah. Like, no, and I'm not Mexican.
What
That
is
happens a lot.
it? Is does Colorado take, excuse me, don't get mad at me. Does Colorado have all of the Mexicans and they were all in Greeley or something?
I have no idea what it is, but everyone always asks me that.
Now that's stupid.
Yeah, they just always assume that. And I'm like,
I
no,
don't-
I'm not
I-
even from here. I'm from Utah.
How about you, Sarah?
One that I've heard is people with tattoos are bad.
Oh, then you're talking to a horrible woman. I have 2 tattoos.
No way.
Yeah, I'm
I
terrible
have to
woman.
know what they
You
are.
see? See?
Oh my goodness, you do.
Oh,
Yeah, my mom had 2 also, and I
That
have
is
one on my
awesome.
ankle.
I love that. As you can tell, I love tattoos.
Oh, look at how, see, we have horrible people here. Oh
Yeah.
my. See? Oh, yes.
Yes.
I have a group of rotten people. Thank you.
That is a big one though. Like you look scary. You got tattoos. And I'm like the nicest person. Well, I think I'm really nice.
You are. No, that whole thing about tattoos. I agree, Sarah. I was told that too. Oh, if you have a man with a tattoo and he rides a Harley, oh my God, stay away.
Or
The men, Mom and I ran into somebody was following us when we were living over in Mesa, Arizona. And this guy on a motorcycle, we were driving and we stopped and we said, would you please help us? Some random guy on a motorcycle. He looked like he was probably in a motorcycle gang. He sat there and Mom said, don't go to him. I said, Mom, we need help. This guy is following us. And he showed us, a gun or acted like he had a gun. And I said, I'm not going home. So we asked this guy and we told him, we gave him the whole thing. And he goes, yeah. So he watched us go into a store, into like a Kroger's or something. And nobody followed us. He made sure that this guy never came near. I don't know what he did, but when we came out to thank him, it was like he had been a guardian angel or something. Sweetest. I never judge anybody from what you hear. So that was another stereotype. The guy on a motorcycle with the leather jacket and the tattoos. Oh, you ever want help? To me, they're the ones you go to. Really and truly. And then a policeman, if they're not around. But, okay, Paige, I know you guys laugh at me, but I say weird things. Go ahead, Paige, you're next.
I don't know.
Okay, stop and you think about it for a little bit, okay? Lucinda? Oh, I like you with your hair down.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome.
I don't know. I guess just with race is the only stereotype that I can think of.
Okay.
Just like because you're Hispanic, like the whole you're here to take our jobs situation type thing. Like I
Go back where you came from.
Yeah, go back where you came from, or I don't know. I think Hispanics are like the hardest working people out there. So, but I mean that's my opinion. So I don't know.
I'm laughing only because when I hear that, go back where you came from, I always want to look at somebody and say, oh, okay, I'll go back home. I mean,
Right?
What do you mean go back where I came from? I came from home, but okay, I'll go. No problem.
Yeah.
But everybody always, starts arguing, well, I didn't come from. Just, fine. Okay, lady, not a problem.
Yeah, I mean, like
Anyway.
I was born here. I mean, yeah, my parents are from Mexico, but I was born here. I'm like, I am home. I don't know.
People are just jerks and stupid. I just call them humans. They're just stupid humans. Okay, go ahead, Leah.
I feel like people could stereotype you like on your clothing, based on your clothing.
Yep. most definitely. Yeah. Oh, look at Leah. Look at those. Oh my God.
I knew I saw a
Oh,
hair like a
beautiful.
cat somewhere, and I couldn't remember where.
Oh no, her clothes are dirty. Oh, she must be so dirt poor. Oh my God. And her shoes. Oh, oh, you must come from a poor family, Leah. I am so sorry. They used to do that to the kids at my school sometimes, and it was like, what? You know, the thing is, ladies, is that nowadays, and I'm not talking to you, Paige, okay? I'm just talking. You have to remember how old I am. And if you did not grow up at the time that I did, and you had parents and then grandparents and the times that they grew up in, which were a lot harder than what I grew up in, trust me. You had the Depression, and you had times where, like my grandparents came from Poland, right? Which means that they came with nothing. So you want to talk about dirt poor. So when you grow up with those stories in your mind, you're going, how can I make fun of anybody? Look what you came from to what you are now. That's not right. But the kids now, and I'm not knocking anybody, okay? I'm just making a statement. The kids now, most of the time, they have families that are fairly level, not rich, but just are able to give them that roof over their head and hopefully love. And so they don't, and families don't talk about their families, the past. And that's where you learn. Oh, yeah, your grandparents, oh man, yeah, they came from during the Depression and, all of this kind of stuff. And that's how you learn. That's how I learned. My mom with her stories, the same story every time. Yeah, Mom, you told us. Yeah, I know, but. Yeah, Mom, I know. I've heard it since I was 5. I'm 13 now. Okay. Now, we discussed ageism. When was the Age Discrimination in Employment Act? When did that happen? What year?
1967.
Very good. Yes. 1967. And that makes it illegal to fail to hire or to fire based on age. So trust me, I know that one, the fire part. They love to fire. Okay, now also, it says on here, experts suggest that supervisors should beware of making decisions based on assumptions about age unless it represents a bona fide occupational qualification. Okay, so what does that mean?
I think it means that I don't know, because I'm reading the definition. I was trying to put it in my own words, but
Yeah. I know we're running over time. I'm sorry. Let's just get this and then we'll finish. Somebody should have said something. I'm sorry.
I was just gonna tell you it's my
There's no
bedtime.
bill. The handles will shoot up by a dog.
Okay, we'll stop. I'll shut up.
No,
You guys need to open your mouths.
I'm just teasing you.
I know you are. I heard somebody's boyfriend, husband, whatever in the
That
background.
was me again.
Oh, him?
He's
Oh.
back.
Oh my God, he's back. Oh, he owes me a Christmas present. Okay, go ahead, Lucinda, finish.
I lost it. I thought I knew what I was gonna say, but
No, you're not old enough. You're not old enough. Okay, basically, what I believe that's saying is that if I am able to work on construction, for instance, that's going extreme, and I'm able to do that at my age, they can't say no to at least talking to me and letting me prove myself in an interview, what I can do. I believe that's what it means. Okay, just reading from that. Okay. All right, now, Darian, stop it.
Sorry.
Okay, guys, Merry Christmas. Thank you for everything. I'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Don't forget to finish and or do your discussions, okay? Get those done, get your other work done. You have until Friday, and I will see you in 2 weeks. Okay?
Have a good holiday.
Okay,
I had
bye,
a
Bye,
guys.
question about.
Have a
I had a
good one.
question for you,
Oh,
Sandy.
yes. No,
Everyone else can go. I just had a question for Sandy. Sorry.
and I
Fine,
don't
I'll
want
leave.
you guys to get lost.
Bye.
Bye.
You don't have to listen to me. No, I was
Wait,
just asking
wait,
about.
wait.
Oh,
now I have a question too.
oh,